Hello.
We're here.
Hello.
It's a bit
Wait,
of
let me
a...
find my little face cam.
Yeah, Madeline's looking for her little face cam.
There I am.
You have to put it on the side screen because I'm not on the side screen.
No, let me open this. What a freaking day.
It's been a freaking day. I'm having, we had practice today. I'm looking at yarn at the moment because I was going to wait until afterwards, but then one of the colors I was looking at, like the only color, mind you, that I got 2 of in my cart, went out of stock. So I'm going to order my yarn while it's actually still here because, oh my gosh, what the heck. And
Yep, it has been a crazy day. We've just done, it's been a banger after banger, and not in a good way. Woke up super early this morning. Just, sometimes when you, sweat yourself awake, slay. So cool. We're doing, our quick little debrief before we are playing Detroit Become Human today, so that is the highlight.
Because that is literally our comfort game, and I don't know what is about the last 3 weeks where we need a comfort game, and this is the comfort game, but
it's been helpful.
Every time you have a comfort game, it's like, now we can punch you.
Good thing you have that comfort, because here's how things are gonna suck.
Like, here, life gave us a notice,
rough.
and it needs to hit
Doing
you a
me,
few times.
Ending my job last week, slay, and then, just...
Wait, like, officially ending her, or... Oh, I'm
no.
Patrick, sorry.
Yeah,
I thought you meant the preschool.
No.
I'm like, wait, you finally left the preschool?
No.
I don't know why that's what I thought of first, because it really would be obvious that the other thing would be what you were talking about.
Yeah, it's been then both of our bodies are like, boo, be a woman, but be in pain.
This is like the fastest we've synced up ever. I think before it was like a day off, and now we're just like within hours. Within hours of each other. That's how fast we're gonna go.
Yeah.
We're on the same wavelength, Madeline. It's not even funny anymore.
And so we just did, we had a nice party we had a retirement party for one of the people at the preschool, which was really, really nice. And then we got called immediately afterwards. As soon as I got home, I was resting in my bed. My grandma was like, hey, one of your relatives just passed away. And we were like, oh, that's incredibly depressing. Because we had planned to go, we had just met them. We were just getting to know them. They were really awesome. We were planning to go up this summer and go visit. And then they called and they're like, hey, no more. So that's so slay. Love that. Slay. Trigger warning. Not slay. Trigger warning. Heavy feelings this week. And I'm currently in the process of freaking typing out, you can't see it, a text message. Because I went to therapy. I'm typing out a text. My therapist was like, hey, man. And I was like, hey, I was with this person who I don't really want to date. And then they were like, I was like, maybe you did, but not really. Once you got out. I was like, no. And then they were like, you should probably tell them that. And I was like, breaking up's hard when you're not even in a relationship. What the heck?
That was honestly
so now I've got a friend
most
breakup.
Awkward thing ever. Well,
got a breakup with my friend. Because I thought the vibe was we were being friends first, and then if we wanted to date later on, that would happen. Not like we're in a relationship now.
Know that, and
this is not the first time this has happened to either of us. So that's very slay. So
again, let's just say, public service announcement. If you're with someone and you think you're dating, make sure to ask them. Make sure you're both on the same page for their sake.
Please.
It seems to happen a lot.
Before you do your yarn, can you read through my... Whoops. Can you read through my text message and make sure it doesn't sound weird?
I mean, I wrote a full 4-paragraph essay when I did it with my relationship in college. That they're like, you can't just stop talking to him and not give him a thing. I'm like, you have to can't text.
But
out,
I
no,
love ghosting. Well, I'm texting.
Well, no, I wrote it out as a note, and they're like, no, you have to say it in person. So I did. Yeah. He said yeah twice and then hung up.
Men, let me tell you.
I don't think it was a mean thing. I just was like, he didn't talk a lot. Except for when, we were together and then he talked a lot. No, I talked so much. And I'm like, I want to be the quiet one in this relationship.
That's so funny, because you are not the quiet one in our...
Well,
to be fair, we're not in a relationship. We are sisters. Want to clarify.
Well, you know what? I think I should have taken that as a hint. I was not comfortable enough to just talk all the time. I should have realized, If I was feeling like, oh,
Well, that's what I was thinking when I was with this guy. I'm like, I enjoy you as a friend. However, I don't need a relationship because I have other people in my life to fulfill the needs I have for a relationship. I don't need to be boinking someone right now, you know what I'm saying? So, that's Slay. It's almost 9 p.m. We're just starting. Remember when we first started this channel, we were like, we're going to stream at 7 p.m. And then we started doing that, and then our stream manager was like, actually, deuces. And then we've not been back since. Anyways, yesterday at the dollar store.
Put this whole since I put you in a very uncomfortable spot for.
Evie, delete and retype. This is like when you edited my essays in college. Delete and retype, baby.
Well, I don't think you
First draft, final draft.
I think it goes without saying that you're already doing that. So if you do not wish to do that.
You don't tell me. Just rewrite it.
No.
Just rewrite it. I was gonna talk to you.
Again, I'm also not as sincere. Sometimes I'm like, let's just stop being around the bush. Here's how I feel. Here's how you feel.
This is look how big it is. This is a cup, a regular like.
Yeah, Dollar Tree.
10-ounce cup.
They're the one thing that probably is worth it is getting a can of soda because you.
This is a big. This is a 16-ounce can. This is huge. Yeah, I was like, that's crazy. And also at the dollar store, they had the Rice Krispie treat that was like this long. That's crazy. Well, we're kind of not necessarily stalling, but we just need to get some stuff done before we start streaming. I'd love to show you some charms that I got from Hobby Lobby. Start with these are like little coin trinkets. We will play Detroit Become Human. Just give us like 5 more minutes.
Yeah, and then we'll play till like 11 o'clock again.
Play it real late. Then I got these little these are like Swedish fish. I think my mom actually got these. These are gonna be jewelry. I'm making jewelry for to sell at a show. Little masquerade masks. Very Persona. Very Phantom of the Opera. I've already made a set of Persona. Not Persona. I've made a set of masquerade mask earrings before, so these just match. This cute little top hat. Got like gears on it. It's for Evie. Little steampunk hat. Use this. I thought this was cool. I was gonna put it on my wall. Cause I already went to a thrift store. Unfortunately, sadly enough, it was with that relative. We went to a really cool thrift store, and I got a brooch. A brooch.
Who knows how you say it? It's not like a British word.
Yeah, and it fits so perfectly with our Fire Emblem. Like we have some prints on the wall, and it works so nicely with it. So I was trying to get more to match.
I don't know if you need this for which I deeply apologize, but I don't know what to put there instead. So
I'm gonna
read
keep
through that.
For which I deeply apologize.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Up to you.
sorry. Back to let me finish my charms. So we'll do that. We'll go from there. Got these little green things that go with. But the plating, I know it is different. It is silver versus gold plating. I know. I'm gonna figure it out later. These are cool. That was nice. I like. One thing I don't like is I'm not the biggest fan of like gold plating and backing, just because it, in my opinion, sometimes it looks cheaper because it rubs off faster. These are like little rubber bead things. So these you put in between other beads, and it just kind of like fills out your necklace and makes it look nicer. I like to make like kind of fun eccentric ones. I think my mom picked these up. They're like little hot air balloons.
Okay, so just go with your little finger and just tell me you think all those colors are good. Like here.
They look fine.
No, I have
Just
to
get all
scroll
of them.
down. All of them?
Just get all of them. How much is it?
Like 100 something.
That might be much. Baby snuggle color. Green, so it's what? Yellow, green.
Is this easier?
I can see it fine. Yellow, green, red, pinky, yellow, brown, blue, blue. I don't know. If these are colors you need, then just get them.
I'm just more looking for anything I don't have. Yeah.
Okay, then just get them. I don't care. Who cares? Emotional eating, emotional buying.
Well, I'm figuring out.
I emotionally eat,
after
eating,
this, I'm
emotionally
going to
buy.
just try and use what I have, but this was just one that I was like, this is one that I heard of. So. Not to mention, it's going to take a week to get here anyway, because it's in Denmark, so.
These are like little succulents.
Then I feel bad. Then I feel better about that papers that they made, so.
That's right. Then they look like little wax burners. I've got these cute little like upside down tulip things. I just think those are really pretty. And I've got these are cool. Little like So I decided what I'm gonna make into earrings next. It also has to be something that I feel like I would wear, you know? I made a lot of cool earrings, but then I already gave them away.
We made 2 orders and I already have 3,000 points because both of them were very large.
Nice.
I mean, they were like half off. When you're normally things are like $8 a skein, and they're like here, what, $4.80? I'm like,
Well, let's get to the gaming, milady.
Yes, let me see my boys. That give me my happy emotions. Also, you still got cheese sticks over there.
I know. I'm probably.
You want me to hand them over to you?
Yeah, I'm gonna. Can I go down and warm them up while you start the game?
Yeah.
Because I just want to go cut my toenails.
Well, I just think we're gonna have Marcus talk to North, so why don't you want me here for that?
Alright, I will be back. I'm gonna go warm up my.
Alright, peoples, we're here.
Well, let's play a game.
Get on busy stuff. We're playing Detroit Become Human, peoples. I'm gonna get the microphone without whacking everything off of me. Hopefully we're gonna have a little better sound now that I'm actually moving the microphone in front of me. I can never tell if I'm pulling this the same way each time or not. But we have to move this so I can actually stand up. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's do this thing. Let me put something in our chat. Woo! Doesn't it always like it? Like, when you say you're spending half your paycheck on yarn, like, that sounds worse until you think about the fact, like, oh yeah, because I make $300 a month. You know, casual. Well, it might be $350. I don't know how much I do. It's not fair. It's for a job that I, you know, work 1 day a week, so it's not like it's bad money, but it's still like, oh. Anyway. Let's see what we got here.
I wonder if you made the right choices last time. Let's see what you'll do today.
I mean, I think we didn't shoot you, so.
You're welcome.
I detect a malfunction in my program. This is worrying.
Is she behaving differently because we're getting really close to the end of the game?
Yeah, why is she so stressed?
I mean, we did just go through the chapter where we chose not to shoot her in the head.
We didn't go to her when we shot her in the head.
Oh, it doesn't mean it's this Chloe, but who knows? She might have been like, hey, bad choice, bro, for killing another one of me.
Yeah, she was kind of like freaking out.
We must be really close to the ending.
Extras section.
Okay, I want to see if we got any new videos to watch. We do got a few. Got some shorts here. Here. This is a short on Chloe. Takes place before the story of the game.
For starters, what should I call you?
I'm Chloe. And you, what's your name?
Oh, John. My name is John.
Delighted to meet you, John.
Could you tell us a little about yourself and what you can do, Chloe?
Of course. I'm the first personal assistant built by CyberLife. I take care of most everyday tasks like cooking, housework, or managing your appointments, for example.
And I understand you're the first android to have passed the Turing test. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I really didn't do much, you know. I just spoke with a few humans to see if they could tell the difference between me and a real person. It was a really interesting experience.
But this is the first time in history that man has created a machine more intelligent than himself. I gather your brain can perform several billion operations per second. Is that right?
Absolutely. But I only exist thanks to the intelligence of the humans who designed me. And, you know, they have something I could never have.
Really? And what's that?
A soul.
Ominous. Again, 2018, not bad graphics. Okay, we got a couple shorts. Let's see what these are. Because we know who Campsy is, so let's watch this one. Because I haven't seen any of these shorts, so you know this is our kind of preface into the game.
In the space of a few years, androids have completely transformed the world in which we live. By letting androids into our homes and factories, the CyberLife company has made them everyday technology. The founder of CyberLife, Elijah Kamsky, is a very discreet man. Despite being the CEO of the highest valued company in the world and being voted Man of the Year by Century Magazine, he remains a mystery for most people. That's why we at KNC are so excited to be here as CyberLife opens its doors for the first time. Elijah Kamsky, could you please tell us where we are?
Certainly, and welcome. We're currently in CyberLife's production center in Detroit, where all models are designed and manufactured. More than 10,000 androids come off the production line every day.
Fascinating. Could you tell us what your goal was when you founded CyberLife?
Well, I simply wanted to use technology to carry out all of our most annoying and repetitive tasks, so we'd have more time to enjoy life.
I imagine you must have faced many challenges.
Yes, there were technical challenges, but the hardest thing was to design an object that we would want to welcome into our homes. We had to imagine a machine in our own image that resembles us in every way, that moves, breathes, blinks like us, but yet is smarter and more capable than any human being. Let me show you around.
We're here in Production Unit 4. Could you explain in a few words how the androids are made?
Sure, yeah, it's very simple. We use machines to manufacture machines. The removable parts are assembled on a production line, and then we apply a synthetic skin to the whole body. A human operator checks the cognitive abilities with a pre-established protocol, and finally, the android is conditioned and sent out throughout the country. Here's the result. Say something.
Hello, I am a RZ400 model. How can I be of service?
You can go now. Our androids are already replacing humans in many fields. For example, they represent more than 80% of all university professors and 63% of all medical staff. Tomorrow they'll replace our soldiers, and who knows, maybe one day our leaders, to make the best decisions in humanity's interest. Come on.
Replacing humans with machines has led to record unemployment of 28%. What do you think about the situation?
Okay. The first steam engines also caused an increase in unemployment. But no one today would imagine turning back the clock. Artificial intelligence makes everyday lives easier. Nothing can stop progress. What's happening here is inevitable.
These days, more and more people choose to live with an android rather than another human being. Does this development worry you?
Everything's much easier with an android. They obey your orders without ever complaining. They can cook, discuss philosophy with you, have intimate relationships according to your desires. They never say no. Obviously, they are the perfect partner. Everyone deserves happiness. Why deprive yourself of so-called moral reasons when a machine can make you happy?
Many science fiction books tell the story of how machines become more intelligent than us and end up confronting us. Aren't you worried about that possibility?
I understand the irrational fears about artificial intelligence, but I assure you, that will never happen with a CyberLife android. They're designed to obey humans. They're machines. They can't ever develop any sort of desires or form of consciousness.
Are you sure?
I'm absolutely certain. You can trust me.
That's interesting. So, I was just watching that because that takes place a couple years before the game does. So we just met Kamsky in the last chapter of the game. So that's interesting. I like the fact they put in that little. I'm glad we got this now. I can watch these shorts. I like that they put that in there, that they mentioned the fact that he's like, oh, well, sci-fi speaks about how the machines are going to overtake us and stuff like that. And I definitely like the fact that like you get this vibe of like. In some ways, I say Campsy definitely has a god complex, but in some ways, I definitely do think he looks at like in almost a kind of a. If you've ever seen well maybe not that zany, but if you've seen like the first Sonic the Hedgehog movie with like Dr. Eggman, he's like, I like my machines better because they are efficient in a way that humans cannot be, and I'm just like. I think that's his view on life. He's like, hey, this thing's so much better than humans. This almost sounds like someone who's isolated and has like lost hope in what humans are able to do, and he's like, well, this can do it better. I like that little short. That's really cool. We have these two others, but I'll leave those for later because I don't want to watch them all at once. I want to, because we probably will not get through everything tonight, but we can. So we got one Luther, one in Zlatko. Well, I guess as long as I'm waiting for Madeline, I might as well. But I really like that short about Kamsky. It has a lot about Cyberlife, too, and kind of the world building it is. I like these little things that are not in the game, but they're there to build the world, because the World Destroy, I think, is very interesting because of the fact it seems very close, and yet it also is not like they say, it's not like a sci-fi thing where it's doom and gloom, everything has gone wrong. It's more like, this is a cautionary tale in a way, but not in the way most, like, post-apocalyptic stories are. Most post-apocalyptic stories are like, oh, okay, everyone's already screwed. Maybe humanity's already died. Like, how many games do you see? I mean, Nier Automata is the first one that comes to my mind, but how many games do you see where like the Earth's already screwed, humanity's already died out, so now we have like androids of some sort or another fighting? But I'm like, at that point, what does it even matter that they're androids? It's like. They are essentially the human analog because humans have died. Like, when you use androids in a story like that, I don't think it's interesting. I think it's more interesting when you're dealing with the idea of, like, two things coexisting, because that's way harder. Like, oh, androids fighting humanity after humans have already all died out. I'm like, okay, fine, so they're just going to be the next humans. That doesn't really change anything. When you're looking at it like this, where you're like, two different perspectives here that have to kind of try and coexist or are going to destroy each other, that's way more fascinating to me. So let's see what this is. It says Zlatko. That guy was a jerk. And obviously sketchy. The fact... I like it shows Kara's naivete that she was willing to go to this guy and be like, oh, this isn't a spooky, old, creepy house. When you do nursery rhymes and stuff like this, it's always so creepy. This would be a good trailer, honestly. It's very horror game-esque. This honestly makes this game, like, this is definitely one of those trailers that, like, the way it's shot, this could definitely be a horror game. When you look at it this way, like, this could be a horror game right here. This mansion. There's something creepy about an old mansion. Also, it was that guy. The guy we saw in the bathtub. Poor dude. Okay, let's see what the one with Luther is about.
Hold
a little while longer. Hold on. Just a little while longer. Hold on. Just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright.
The animation in this game is honestly looks really great for how old it is.
Fight on. Just a little while longer. Fight on. Just a little while longer. Fight on. Just a little while longer. Everything will be
Like, imagine how much they have to do in order to make these, like, this animation. How many people they have to have on, like, each of these models and each of the layering and the textures.
sing on. Just a little while longer. Sing on. Just a little while longer. Sing on. Just a little while longer. Everything will be alright.
Oh, that was cool. I don't know what sort of bearing... I mean, it says all these shorts take place before the game, but I don't know what bearing that has on anything, but that's cool. It's a nice little song. It has that sort of, like, you know, Underground Railroad sort of song vibe to it. Man, this game is so cool. Well, unlike Artworks last, because obviously I'm just doing this so I don't see any. I'm just checking in on all these so that it, you know, it tells me immediately when I have something new. Also, there's an achievement you get for unlocking things in the extras menu, so I'm also kind of steadily working towards that. Anyway.
Remember, you decide the fate of your characters. All of them can die. So, be careful.
I mean, we've been doing pretty good so far. We're, you know, biggest body count we've had so far is that one time in the tower, because I jumped the gun a little too fast there and got some and I mean, my characters didn't die, but, you know, the one guy I did like, he got shot, which sucks. I'm definitely saving that guy next time. I'm, like, kind of almost confirming that I'm going to play this game again, because there's so many things I think I want to do again. Okay, I was like, do I have control myself? Come on, scroll. Scroll. There we go. So. Detroit neighborhood vandalized by psychotic machines. That's interesting, because, like, we protested, yeah, this can't be about us, because we protested. So, Detroit neighborhoods vandalized. A number of Detroit neighborhoods were brutally vandalized last night with several life stories. Into an entire second injured, but this wasn't even criminal. The perpetrators were thought to be androids, so let's cover. Alright, mashing store windows. Worst incidents count. Where this feelings were found by androids having violently outside open fire on the malfunction machines were thought to be suffering with some kind of behavioral bug. Who sassed the main not as a probably attacked by a ringleader. See, I was personally, this eyewitness says, I was personally attacked by the ringleader. It threatened me with a knife. I was so terrified. We're the ringleader, and we didn't have a knife. Like, you know, it's amazing how, like, unreliable eyewitnesses and stuff like that. We have no reason to disbelieve a human witness as to the behavior of a deranged machine. See, again,
media supposed to be reporting the truth, and instead he's going and being like, "Hey, let's continue fear mongering. You know, that'd be great." Is there anything else we can do up here? Okay, there's something down here. Oh yeah, gotta look at ourselves in the mirror. Gotta, you know, have the whole sense of introspection and stuff. Got a dang piano up here. Cool. Let's see if I'm still good at playing piano like I was in the beginning of the game. Playing the song that we played at the beginning in Carl's house. Memories. I also like that Marcus finally has a proper jacket on. Like, for so long he has had like a torn shirt.
I was wondering where you were.
I needed to think.
I like it here. I come here often. It's like being alone with the world. We freed hundreds of our people, and they're still coming from all over the city. Those who dream of freedom come to Jericho. Something's changing. You seem preoccupied.
They all obey me. They follow me without question. And that much power feels good. And scary.
So true.
All the media are talking about what we did last night. The humans are terrified. They're afraid of a civil war.
I hate her hair so much. It's
Many of our people
so
were
weird.
burned in response to what happened. The humans hate us. They'll never give us our freedom.
If they won't listen, we'll fight.
You haven't said much about yourself since you've been with us. What was your life like before Jericho?
I was living in a bubble in this world that belonged only to me. When you're happy, it's difficult to see other people's misery. What about you? You never told me about your past. What did you do before?
I don't want to talk about it.
That android you were looking at in the store. She reminded you of who you were, didn't she? North, we're fighting together. We have to know things about each other to trust each other.
I was nothing. A doll in a distributor program to satisfy humans. Just a toy designed for their pleasure. One day I was with a man who rented me. And without knowing why, I realized I couldn't take it anymore. I strangled him and I ran away. There, now you know everything.
Louise players already know that because we saw that before in Connor's case files about her escaping the Eden Club and everything. They're doing their little interfacing thing.
Carl's house when they left you for dead in his studio.
I saw your memories too. The Eden Club. The death of that man. I felt like I was there with you.
So here's the interesting thing. Probably the only thing I say is a bit weird in this game is the relationship between the two of them. So our status is now lover with her, which is, again, not really fine. It just feels like it's so out of nowhere. And again, we've been doing so much to take her off. But Simon's alive! He made it back. It just took him a little while. But he lives! Because we didn't kill him on the rooftop. Which, I mean, bro... I like Simon a lot. I think he's like the only one of like his friends that actually seems like a decent person. But again, for the fact that he got there with like a busted leg, that's awesome.
This is suicide. We'll all be killed. Please, Marcus. It's not too late to change your mind.
You don't understand. We're finally gonna show them who we really are. This place will go down in history.
We'll be killed on the spot.
That's a risk I'm prepared to take if it means freedom for our people.
Marcus, please don't do this.
They'll understand. We'll make them understand. This is the only way.
So here's the interest. I'm just gonna pause this because I know so I can speak. So here's the thing I think is interesting about North. That's why I feel so wishy-washy with her. Well, first of all, I'm like the fact that again we've been doing so much like pacifist stuff that we've like are constantly ticking down her relationship meter. Yet in the span of one conversation, we're like from like companion, aka not even friend, we're companion, to now we're in the lovers track. I'm like you know, I feel like you have to be far more aggressive in order to like not have that option. Like. That's almost like a predestined thing. We've been ticking her down her like relationship this whole time, but they always kind of have that on track. Not anything against her, besides her weird hair thing and why her hair like that would hurt. If you have long hair like that, having it tucked in your shirt there, it's gonna yank each time you turn your neck. And yeah, granted, androids don't feel pain, but still, it's such a weird choice. I like it so much better when she had it in the ponytail. It looked just better. Or cut it. I don't know. It looks practically short anyway, unless you're looking at it from the back. So here's the interesting thing. So, just in the last chapter, you know, North and Josh were having the philosophical debate of, like, you know, how are the humans going to accept this and stuff like that. And she's like, and he's like, I don't want people to get killed. And she's like, well, because they're discussing Simon, who, you know, he's fine. Loved by bro Simon. But, I just also like the fact that they like use his model throughout the game. So you see first him as Daniel, then you see him later with Jericho. So technically Connor has the option of killing him twice. But that's why we avoided him on the rooftop in the... I mean, I got some of the cards got killed in Stratford Tower, but at least Simon survived. I didn't get him killed. Anyway, but they're having the whole debate about, like, you know, Simon being left behind was a sacrifice. You know, Josh didn't want to leave him. North is like, well, he was a martyr for our cause. And, you know, like, Josh is like, I don't want to kill anyone. I don't want violence. And North is like, well, sometimes you gotta use violence in order to get yourself hurt. And I'm just like, I don't think that often works. At least not when you go into it aggressively like that. But then they're here where they're like, oh, hey, we're gonna do, like, you know, the Martin Luther King rally, peace march sort of thing is what we're gonna do right here. And I like the fact that she's like, we're gonna get killed. And Josh's like, well, at least we're dying for a good cause. And like, we can't do this. I'm like, okay, so you're ready to die as long as it's you, like, you go and I'm fighting. AK, if I'm shooting another person at the time, then it's okay that I die. But if we're going to do something peacefully, then no, I don't want to die. And I'm just like, the problem is, all other aspects of the game, I think, have a very good shade of gray. For the morality, that's, again, we spoke about this in our last stream. That's why I like Connor's stories the best, because I feel his story has the most gray in it. You see both sides of the spectrum. You see
bad deviants, but you also know there's good deviants. You see good humans, but you also see some pretty bad humans. You know that this is not an easy issue. Marcus's path, just for as much as I do enjoy his story, I like Marcus himself as a character. And like I said, I'm mixed on Josh and North. I do like Simon. I like Lucy. I like Carl a lot. Carl's like the best human in the game. Like, I like his journey, but the thing is that when you have characters like Josh and North who are just clearly meant to just be the radical on either side of the spectrum, then it's like, okay, yes, realistically, do we have people like that? Yeah. People who are like that, but also at the same time, it makes the argument feel a little too black and white sometimes. And, you know, especially when there's a lot of allegories to, like, you know, the civil rights movement and stuff like this, I almost feel like, could we have had, also, it's the, like, Mallory Brown, it's the one white girl. Could we have had her, why does she have to be the angry one? Can we have the girl be pacifist? I don't know. I think it's probably because they had Kara, so they wanted someone who's, like, an opposing female to Kara's very motherly, naive nature, but I'm like, they could have given North a little bit, like, had her been less aggressive. Like, we're on our, like, 4th mission with Marcus at this point, and she's still doing the whole gung-ho, let's do violence thing, and I'm just like, you're telling me she hasn't changed at all? Or at the very least, if she's that driven, why is she still following Marcus? Why is she not doing her own thing, you know? I feel the characters are a little bit more set in certain paths, as opposed to the other ones have a lot of choice around them. Which I guess is just kind of part of the territory of you have 3 stories. So it means that everything has to share. I can have a discussion about this with 3 houses I want, but we're going to continue with the game. So let's go convert more androids. Convert androids.
The more we are, the stronger our message. You're free.
The funny part is that because they look like humans, it's hard to tell which ones are androids I can convert. Okay, okay, one over here. Thank goodness they got, I think also it's a good thing that they gave them like the whole like blue and black uniform with like the triangle and the armband, because otherwise, just as a mechanical thing, it'd be way harder to find them. Okay, let's go grab this guy.
You're awake now.
Also, I like that, like, Marcus just goes up to someone and be like, hey, bro, join me. Okay, let's find some more people to join us.
You don't have to obey them. You're free.
So, I like the thing that they're free and stuff like that, but I prefer the saying of you're awake. You know, like... Again, we're having some allegories. Okay, turn around, Marcus. Work with me here, bro.
Marcus, we should find a way to block the road.
Could have converted that guy, but you wouldn't turn around. Come on, Marcus. It's because of the double dual shock thing. I was trying to turn the camera and move at the same time, which sometimes makes you go in weird directions.
Hey, where do you think you're going? You get back here. Leave him alone. He's chosen to be free. You're free. I need to block the street.
Was there anyone else I could grab? I think I got everyone besides that one guy who walked away. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got everyone. Just missed the one guy in the van. That has come from the sewers! Come on. There you go. look, it's Kara.
You're free now.
See, now Marcus is doing it without even touching them. He's doing it with his mind. Come on, over there. Love the music, though. Just points to them and they join. I like as we're going along, I don't have to hold down the button presses as well. It's kind of like a storytelling thing of like, he's gaining more influence that it doesn't even take much more than, like, yeah, I don't even need to hold the button now, they're just kind of joining him willingly. Sorry, L2. Comst, join me. We're gonna get shut down probably in like 3 minutes, but...
Hey! Disperse! Disperse immediately!
Oh, that's the guy in front of me.
Dispatch, this is Patrol 457. I got a lot of androids down here. I don't know, hundreds, thousands. They're marching. Yeah, they're marching down the street. We fucking find them.
Who got the army and the police?
We came here to demonstrate peacefully and tell humans that we are living beings. All we want is to live free.
This is an illegal gathering. Disperse immediately or we will open fire.
We're not looking for confrontation. We've done no harm. We have no intention of doing any. But know that we are not going anywhere until we have secured our freedom.
I repeat, this is an illegal gathering. If you do not disperse immediately, we will shoot.
Marcus, they're gonna kill us. We have to attack. There's more of us. We can take them.
If we attack, we'll start a war. We have to show them we're not violent. We should just stand our ground, even if it means dying here.
Dying here won't solve anything. Marcus, we need to go, now, before it's too late.
This is your last chance. Disperse immediately, or you will all be killed.
We have to show them we won't back down. We stay right here.
Yeah, we're staying our ground. I don't care if your thing's going down north. We just saved each other.
This is your last chance. We have to make a statement. We have to stay put no matter what.
Please, Marcus. We can't let them slaughter us.
We're also building public opinion because sympathetic.
We're not moving.
I mean, why bother moving at this point? Some other people already got shot. See, now public opinion is supportive of us.
Marcus, what are you doing? They're gonna kill us all.
He's not dead. Oh, hey, it's John, our dude.
John?
The guy we saved. Way back when. Man, he saved us. Oh man, they're beating him up.
Quick! They're coming!
John. Jeez. I wonder if there's a way I could have avoided that. I wasn't sure if sacrifice was the right choice there, but I was like, I didn't want to attack, and I didn't think dispersing was right either, so I was like... Okay, let's see what we got here for our choices here. I think this is lagging a little right now. Not sure why. See, North's under my lover option. I'm like, yeah, I don't care if I offend you at this point. Clearly, we're not going back for that. Okay, we share memory, share math, fast. Yeah, so I guess there's an option to not do that, and then suddenly she's. I don't know. It feels like look at how few options you have for talking to North here. It's either you do or you don't. I'm guessing if you don't become lovers. But I'm like, that's so much easier than every other relationship in this game. Simon lived. Good job. Yeah, see, I missed the one guy in the car because the camera was panning around. Be calm with the owner. Yes, I was calm with the owner. Did I miss one of the androids while I was there? I must have missed one of the androids while I was walking. Raise hands. Yes, we chose that. We decided to stay under our ground. Yeah, see, the police fire unprovoked. That makes us look way better in the public eye. Because then, because regardless of what they see us or not, we look human. So you see some people getting shot in the streets, especially when they seem to have a pretty good argument, you feel emotions. See, runaway, charge, sacrifice self. Runaway would have made me look like a coward. Charging would have been aggressive. So I was like, I guess sacrifice because I didn't know what else to do. And, I mean, John saved me, which was nice, so I didn't die. I wonder if these two options are me dying. Just straight up dying. Run away, I don't know what that will do. I don't know. Maybe next time we'll try and disperse earlier. Maybe if I dispersed earlier, John wouldn't have died. Oh, man, this sucks. This is probably also me dying. I'm guessing this is the aggressive route. John gave his life to save Marcus. Oh, that's too bad. Text Madeline. I don't know where she is, but I'm like, I don't want to go too much farther in the story without her. Madeline, where are you? Oh, too bad though. I wonder if I ran away, if that would have kept John from getting killed. I don't know if that would have hurt our public opinion though. I mean, they went from sympathetic to supportive, so now we got public opinion on our side. Which that's where the real strength comes. Because again, strength in numbers and all that, where the public opinion is, that's where the real strength of it is. And we got supportive, so that's great. And we are the leader of Jericho. Let me see, where's our world stats on that? Yes, that's actually pretty split. That's like a lot of people chose to charge. So, Oh, only 30% John gives his life to save you? What's the other option, though? There doesn't look like there's another option to that. Because I don't think running away would just make me look like a coward, I think. And then charging obviously would have been really aggressive. I don't know who we're on next. Yeah, I thought we were with Connor next. Okay, that might be Melanie.
Sorry, it took so long to get back. Mom brought back the chocolate fountain. Help yourself to some chocolate chips. And,
Chocolate chips. As in chips with chocolate on them.
yeah, chips with chocolate.
I just gonna be like, I just got back to Connor's store. I'm like, I can't, I was literally dragging it out so much. I went through the entire Peace March without you.
Oh, thank you. Sorry.
And that was after I went through all the extras.
We were getting the update on...
I watched like 4 shorts.
This past graduation party, and it was like an upper. A good feeling.
That's good. Okay,
Miss Pat had
for a minute.
Miss Pat had... So we just had our graduation... retirement party for someone who worked in the office. She's 87. She's been at the office for 22 years. She's like our...
grandma.
Second grandma, yeah. Well, she's like our we have 2 grandmas. She's like our North Carolina grandma because none of our relatives live down here, so she is family.
Mm-hmm.
So we wanted her to have a really good retirement party because she's been at this preschool for forever. I mean, she's been to like my siblings. She went to our graduation, all of our graduation parties. She's been to my siblings' senior plays at their schools. Like, she's been to everything for us, so we wanted to do that, and it turned out really well. And she had a great time. All her family showed up. She had like a really good... She's super happy. She just had a great time. She's so grandma in the way that she just loves seeing other people having fun with other people. Like, she just loves seeing people. The ones at the bottom are salt and vinegar. She just loves seeing people have fun with each other. She's just glad to see people interacting. So, I was just talking to my mom getting because after all the negative stuff this week, it was so nice to hear that Miss Pat really enjoyed her graduation party. And we're getting her a bench at the school with a plaque on it. So, like, a very fancy, nice bench. Because the benches at the school I work at, they need to be fixed. They're, like, essentially, they're, like, leaning.
You mean the ones that are literally wood barely held between metal frames?
Yeah, every time you sit on them, you worry you're going to fall.
They shift over. And, like, one of these days they're just going to shift and fall.
They are the Leaning Tower of Pisa, except just not so firm. They're, like, very, very dangerous. And, so I'm glad that we're getting her one of those. In honor, because she also does carpool and stuff, and carpool has the carpool benches.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're getting her some rose bushes because yellow is her favorite color, so we're getting her yellow roses.
Nice.
Rose bushes.
I did make the invitation for that.
Yay.
For the party.
Yeah, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, graphic design queen.
Well, because they're like, oh, we can't find this. Do we need to buy it? And Mom's like, well, Evie's in the other room. She probably can make it.
She's Canva, girl.
It's free. That's what I told them, but they're like, well, we can't afford any of the free templates. We really like these templates.
You can't afford the free template. Then make it. That's why it's free.
So that's why I made it.
Anyways, now we're back to the concert, which is good. My friend did text me back. I gotta see what he says.
So, brief update. First of all, we watched all the shorts. We, I mean, you were there for, like, the, Campsy one, but, like, they, which I thought, you were there for the Chloe one. The Campsy one was very interesting. There's the Slotko one that literally framed it like the next Resident Evil, which was really cool. And they had the one where, like, Luther was, like, singing this whole, like, Underground Railroad sort of song, Chain Link Gang sort of song.
Who?
And Luther.
He sang a song?
Yeah.
He sings a song?
Well, it was in the extras. I'll have to show it to you.
Oh, a very Hanging Tree, very Katniss, very Hunger
Actually,
Games.
we are at the beginning of a chapter, so let me just go ahead and show you. We just switched chapters, so I actually can go and show you. So,
that's me. Are you coming to the
it was that
tree?
kind of song.
I said, I'm a man.
I'm glad you made these decisions last time. This is our story.
Since she's glad we didn't kill her. Maybe we killed her. I hate that you made that choice, you stupid dum-dum.
When she originally came in, she's just like, be aware, your characters can die, so be careful. And I'm like, yep. So it's this one.
Quantic Dream.
And all these shorts take place before the game, which I think is interesting.
Oh,
Doesn't it look like he has like a scar on his forehead?
I know the song.
Yeah. Well, we might, but we're not. We won't say where we know it from.
Just a little while longer.
Also, I was commenting like, man, the animation.
Just a little while longer. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright.
He's got some sharp teeth.
Fight on. Just a little while longer. Fight on. Just a little while longer. Fight on. Just a little while longer.
It's got really sharp
Everything
bilaterals.
will be alright. Everything will be alright. We will sing on just a little while longer. Sing on just a little while longer. Sing on just a little while longer. Everything will be alright.
Yeah, like just haunting
Yeah,
and beautiful.
I know. I was like, that's so good. I love
It's
seeing
like one of those hanging tree sort of songs.
Yeah, I was like, well, it's probably like, old songs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
From
Isn't that cool? I like
Civil
that.
War and stuff. I think the animation, like you're saying, is incredible. Cause look at like the creases under his eyes, the scar on his forehead. For what year is this? 2018.
2018.
Like that's pretty good. I forgot to cut my toenails while I was downstairs. Dang. Instead, I played in the chocolate fountain.
This one makes it look like a horror game, and this one was actually very informative. I thought was very cool. And then, like, obviously Chloe's cute. And
Owie!
So anyway, we're
really
back.
Tense. My elbow. I have shooting pains in my nerves.
So yeah,
go.
update on what happened in the last one. So Simon made it back. He limped his way all the way back to Jericho. So we had a bro hug, and now he's back with us for the.
Isn't Luther's voice like way deeper in the game?
I mean, kind of, but you know, most of the time,
remember.
You still could have a higher singing voice. But that's why I was trying to picture myself as well. I'm like,
I was thinking about Faggy from Husband of Time.
huh. But we got Simon back. He's with us now. We went and did our march. I missed one android.
I know sometimes things can be difficult, but I'm here for you.
Like,
See,
so
she
I
knew.
need,
She
steps
knew.
in my
We've been
arm.
having a difficult day.
Very like.
Wait.
My shoulders are really messed up.
Are you sure you should continue?
Oh.
Maybe we should leave things as they are.
What do you mean? Why does it say this?
I don't know.
What does this mean?
Hey, this game is coming at us. No, we gotta keep going. I need to know what happens to Connor.
As you wish.
If we said no, we just kick out of the game? Man, I love an interactive menu. Yeah, we are back in Connor's story, so let's see what's going on. Things seem to be getting tense. It's snowing here now. Let's go touch the shiny rock. Look, the pond's frozen over too.
Is that like his brain safe point? I don't really know what the thing is. What is that?
I don't know. It's glowy, and it's the only thing we can interact with in this environment. So the lake's frozen over. I like this, like, allegory. I'm like, okay, so is this supposed to, like, imply that we're walking on thin ice right now? Because that's the vibe I'm getting right now.
Mm-hmm.
After what happened today, the country is on the verge of a civil war. The machines are rising up against their masters. Humans have no choice but to destroy them.
I thought Kamsky knew something. I was wrong.
Maybe he did. But you chose not to ask.
Correct. Stay silent.
I'm curious about her
I
picture.
saw a photo of Amanda at Kamsky's place. She was his teacher.
When Kamsky designed me, he wanted an interface that would look familiar. That's why he chose his former mentor. What are you getting at?
What do you want to ask?
I'm not a unique model, am I? How many Connors are there?
I don't see how that question pertains to your investigation.
I guess that was a good thing to ask.
What's secret?
You didn't tell me everything you know about deviants, did you?
I expect you to find answers, Connor. Not ask questions.
Down, down, down with Amanda.
You're the only one who can prevent civil war. Find the deviants.
No.
Or there will be chaos.
I love chaos.
This is your last chance, Connor.
That's why that's what literally the name of this chapter is called Last Chance Connor. So essentially, from here is where you can get two very different paths.
The FBI is taking over.
What? But we're onto something. We just need more time. I'm sure we
Hank, you don't get it. This isn't just another investigation. It's a fucking civil war. It's out of our hands now. We're talking about national security here.
Fuck that. You can't just pull the plug now, not when we're so close.
You're always saying you can't stand androids. Jesus, Hank, make up your mind. I thought you'd be happy about this.
We're about to crack the case. I know we can solve it. For God's sake, Jeffrey, can't you back me up this one time?
There's nothing I can do. You're back on homicide, and the android returns to cyberlife. I'm sorry, Hank, but it's over.
Fowler's right. Everybody's terrified their android will turn on them. We're on the brink of civil war.
So you're going back to cyberlife?
I have no choice. I'll be deactivated and analyzed to find out why I failed.
What if we're on the wrong side, Connor? What if we're fighting against people who just want to be free?
When the deviants rise up, there will be chaos. We could have stopped it. Now it's too late.
When you refused to kill that android at Kamsky's place, you put yourself in her shoes. You showed empathy, Connor. Empathy's a human emotion.
I don't know why I did it. I'm not programmed to say things like this, but I really appreciated working with you. With a little more time, who knows? We might have even become friends.
Let's go, besties.
Well, here comes Perkins, that motherfucker. Sure don't waste any time at the FBI.
We can't give up. I know the answers and the evidence we collected. If Perkins takes it, it's all over.
There's no choice.
You heard Fowler. We're off the case.
You've got to help me, Lieutenant. I need more time so I can find a lead in the evidence we collected. I know the solution is in there.
Listen, Connor.
If I don't solve this case, CyberLife will destroy me. 5 minutes. That's all I ask.
Alright, gotta get up. I'm really lazy.
Key to the basement is on my desk. Get a move on. I can't distract him forever.
Let's go, gamers.
Stop it, Lieutenant!
Punched him.
Yeah, I just wanted to see him hit him in the face, because gosh, that guy deserves it.
Hey, Connor. I'm talking to you, asshole.
Let's go.
Where are you going? Wouldn't any plastic pricks around here, or did anybody tell you? I'm registering the evidence in my possession. But don't worry. I'm going to leave. Though I'm certainly going to miss our bromance. Son of a bitch.
Do it. Remember I broke your nose?
I like how at this point
Call me more bad words.
I like at this point you can tell Connor's getting very close to like he's very human at this point because he's picking up traits from Hank. He's getting a little bit more sassy.
Stare.
You always gotta love a good stairs animation. Going up and over. Ones that require you to push in one direction then another, like either register or they don't. They don't like sometimes they get it.
Hank's password.
Sumo.
What would a hard-boiled eccentric police lieutenant choose?
His dog. Oh. That's funny.
Obviously.
Like, come on. Of all the options there, which one would he realistically choose? Let's see what evidence we got.
Where is Jericho? The answer's here somewhere.
Let's analyze what we got.
The deviant who took a child hostage.
Well, he's not gonna be able to tell us anything because we don't. I'm just curious about what he's gonna tell us, but I'm like, he can't tell us anything. He wouldn't have any clue where Jericho is.
No. I feel like that guy, yeah, the white suit guy, I feel like, oh no.
Well, that's what I'm gonna, this is Ortiz's Andrew.
I feel like either this one or the guy next to him would
So we
tell us.
can't reactivate him, but we could take things from him.
I feel like the guy next to him would know stuff.
One of the deviants that hacked the TV
Yeah, I feel like he would know.
It must have known where the deviants are hiding.
So what are we needing? 3983B. Okay, what else we got on the wall here? Thing of Marcus, and we don't have the means to decode the diary. I know that.
Statuette.
Rupert's diary, but it's useless. It's encrypted.
The truth is inside. Break it. Let's go, baby. I love breaking evidence.
Is somewhere in the Ferndale neighborhood. Now I can scan their memories and narrow the search.
Come on. No. So in order to reactivate this guy, 3983. Who else? I think there was a part down this guy. No. See, sometimes I'm trying to move and it's like, you want this thing? Come on.
Yeah, he's going.
Come on. There we go. So it's this one, 3983B.
Give me your face bone. Thanks. Bye-bye. Face bone for you, cutie.
Come on. I'm trying to... There we go.
Hi, cute stuff.
It's dark. Where am
I? Let's try and drag.
I need to find Jericho. Tell me how to get there.
I don't recognize your voice. You're not one of us. I'll never tell you where Jericho is. Now leave me alone.
So we just need to confirm. It's the same location we know of.
Let's go, baby.
I've been dreaming about this since the first second I saw you.
Don't do it, Gavin. I know how to stop the deviants.
You're off the case. And now, it's gonna be definitive.
I'm also a super android. Oh, and we just got shot in the
Come
chest!
on! I totally got that second one.
I think it's funny that we do that after we've been shot in the chest. I think that's funny.
Well, because I hit L2 instead of R2.
Is he dead?
I just knocked him out.
Get the alarm now!
Well, his eyes are open, so that's why I'm like, he's dead.
Because I hit L2 until R2. I did flick the stick, but then it didn't register.
Oh my gosh, look at all the freaking pathways.
Well, that's what I'm saying. This is the, like...
chunky level, dang.
Well, because I said earlier, like, this one is a very, like, diverting chapter. This is really where you, like, that's why it's so important, like, when they say last chance, Connor, is that, there's a lot of paths you can take in this thing. This is like, after this is when kind of we're entering the end game. So this is where you're going to determine where Connor's going to be in that next part. So this is where you diverge into two very different pathways. Like you were talking about, you didn't know where some of those motion capture things are.
Mm-hmm.
This is where it kind of diverts from this. Like, for instance, if you can't find Jericho, if you've not befriended Hank, and so therefore he doesn't try and help you, and, like, you know, or if you just don't have enough clues to figure it out and your timer runs out, then you have to go back to Cyberlife, like, you have to. Or in, like, that case, you know... I also do like the fact that we got shot and just walk out.
Like, anyways, bye guys.
Just walk out like a boss.
Freaking beefy.
Though, like I said, they don't feel pain, so unless you hit something that's vital, then it's just like, oh, well, okay. I mean, he's gotten, like, shot 3 times already in our story, so, I mean, he's good. It is confirmed, despite the fact that he looks like a little bit of a lightweight, Connor is incredibly durable, like, compared to most androids, just because he's meant to be taking damage as a police person. So yeah, we found his location. So, like, this is, you can't find his location because you either don't have the right evidence or you run out of time, so you return to Cyberlife. So we do have evidence. If you don't have sufficient evidence, then you go to this. Oh, I bet you this is Jericho's location's known I bet this is if you did the other option with Kamsky. He probably told you where to go. Or there's another option to learn where Jericho is, from another path. But we didn't do that. We had sufficient evidence. Hank helps us. Hank punches Furcus. Because he deserved it. That guy was such a jerk. He has a very punchable face. It's his nose, I think. But, so he created a verse for us. We made it here. Got to the basement. Oh, so our response made him suspicious. That's why he came in after us. To be fair, we were being much more aggressive than a normal android was, so... But I felt like telling him off. I also was just curious what ironic would be, so...
Well, he said bromance, which I thought was funny, so...
We gotta hear the word bromance in a game, so... It's all worth it. We can get shot in the chest for that.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the basement to every room... Guess Hank's password. I'm like, I think his password is the funniest thing. So look at how many different options you have. Like, all these different things. So I'm assuming one of these is probably, like, if we killed the Tracys.
Yeah, these are all, like,
we killed
old
Chloe.
things.
If
That's crazy.
we killed Simon on the rooftop. Like, look at all these other options of how to find Jericho. That is pretty cool. And we actually had another option here besides breaking the statue. Because I noticed we had, the clip of Marcus.
Oh, that one?
We could have...
as soon as they said it's inside, I'm like, it's either in your brain or it's in the statue. That was the first thing I thought of.
Yeah, but, like, since there was a clip of Marcus, I was thinking about when he said, I don't recognize him. Like, we could have copied Marcus's voice and spoken to him that way, because we know from previous things that Connor can copy voices perfectly.
I didn't even think about that.
So we could have copied Marcus's voice and be like, hey, I'm someone you trust. Tell me this information. And he'd be like, yeah, sure, Doc. But let's see. Locate Jericho. He returns. We fought him. We won the fight. Jerk. He deserved a karate chop to the back of the head, honestly. Because he wasn't just a jerk to us. He's a jerk to Hank, too. So I felt like, you know. He was punching him outside. He would have wanted us to punch Gavin as well, so. What was Astarian's voice actor?
Yeah, Astarian's voice from Baldur's Gate 3. Boom! I nailed that one. Guess that one straight out of the ears.
I think I think it said R2 and I just hit the wrong R2. But the flick ones I don't like because sometimes it registers, but sometimes because you know how your like finger can just like sometimes it doesn't register a fast flick. Sometimes you have to do like a long flick in order for it to hear you. I want to know what the stats are on this. Only half the people won that fight. Well, that makes me feel better. Almost everyone locates Jericho, so that's nice. So link back to other evidence. Not a lot of people take that off. Apparently, a lot of people use the Carlos's android for something, but he can't be reactivated. So I wonder what they use him for.
Maybe they pull pieces from him.
A lot of people use Daniel's body.
We didn't use that.
Yeah, well, I knew he didn't.
There's no reason.
He wasn't
going
to know anything.
Well, yeah, he was an aggressive guy.
Yeah, but he also, that was before Jericho was a thing. He didn't know. He didn't even make it off the rooftop.
Yeah, really.
So Marcus's broadcast was probably what a lot of people used. Because that looks like a lot of people chose that option.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we made it. We're off to find Jericho. Now we're with Kara.
Meredith said they're watching it at home with friends, and they said we're being too depressing.
How?
Shall we? With all of our downer stuff being like, everybody we know is dying.
Okay, I'm sorry we're playing a post-apocalyptic choice-based game.
No, they meant our real life.
Well, I'm just saying we can't exactly be
Sally.
super up about it. We can go and be like...
This is just a pandemic. Womp womp. You guys do that to yourself.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. So we got Luther and Alice in the back. Our dudes.
It's weird to see them just sitting in the car and not driving. Or like playing on their phone or something. You know? I'm playing crosswords.
Everybody's on edge after what happened yesterday.
What, they shot a bunch of people in the street?
Is that what happened with Marcus? They killed a bunch of people?
Well, because I chose to stand my ground. There wasn't one like instance where like it was like run away, sacrifice self, or charge. I'm like, well, I don't want to run away because I'm gonna look weak, but I don't want to charge because I'll be aggressive. So I'm like, I guess sacrifice, and then I got shot, and then John got punched and he got killed.
Who's John?
The guy we saved at the CyberLife plant.
Aw,
yeah.
John.
So I'm like, I don't know if there's an option to not get him killed.
No,
Maybe...
it's okay. Mary said that's a joke. I said that's actually fun. I'm just, I was goofing. I'm goofing on you guys. I was goofing because our, because we are like, yay, happy all the time. And then today we were like,
pointing us towards Jericho. Jericho's going to be where all three our protagonists meet each other.
Yeah. Don't worry. We know you're goofing. You're good.
You absolutely have to be on it. You'll be safer on the other side.
I know. I was just goofing with you guys.
But it's a start.
we are at the part of the game where it is kind of like doom and gloom.
Giving you his address. He'll be able to hide you until things calm down.
The dark was the dawn is brightest after the dark is brightest after the dawn
No,
is
bright.
the brightest.
Darkest after the dawn. The dawn is brightest after.
That doesn't feel right to say. It's always
darkest. It's always darkest before the dawn.
There it is. I was like,
the saying was in there.
Why can't we stop making the saying
Okay,
depressing?
we need to stop talking over. We need to stop talking over
Sorry.
Rose. She isn't cool. Rose, you are awesome. You're like the best human in this game besides Carl.
Yeah, Rose is the best.
Although at this point, you know, Hank's up to the point where like he's my favorite character because he's gotten so good. Like he's there, ride or die beside us. Like he helps us not because he's like, oh, we need to stop this. He helps us because Connor's like, they'll destroy me.
Yeah, but even, you know what's so funny? In this world, nothing necessarily has gotten more apocalyptic.
No.
It's interesting to see
It's just building tension.
I was like, just to see that natural, like, we've been walking around areas of Detroit
Look, there's
like
Connor.
this beforehand.
Man, amazing how different it looks when you're wearing a beanie.
No, Danny, it's okay. Your sarcasm did transfer.
Thankfully, they won't make us go through this whole parkour sequence again.
I was also making a giggle. I was also laughing.
So now all three of our protagonists are going to be in the same location at the same time, and I'm going to try not to get any of them killed. We're going to have to super focus here so I don't miss any more of these quick time events. Also, think about this for a moment, that, like, this actually is the one thing that's actually pretty smart for CyberLife to do, is that, so the reason that humans haven't been able to find this is because it's something only an android can find. So, you know, that's why it's really important what Connor's going to do next, because, you know, he's been on there.
I remembered a detail that's very important. I'll explain in just a second.
Okay.
Oh, you have to wait for the next part of the game to happen before I explain it, otherwise it'll ruin stuff.
Yeah.
I think you know what I'm thinking about.
Most likely.
Our twin mind link.
We've got to find a warm place for Alice.
That's crazy. Interesting.
American forces in the Arctic have been forced to withdraw, leaving the way clear for the Russian army. But according to some sources, the Russian forces also seem mysteriously to have withdrawn. The Kremlin has made no comment for the moment, but it is quite possible that the Russian army has been confronted with a similar crisis among its own androids.
Yeah, because think about that. It's not just a Detroit or even a U.S. problem. It's like the entire world at this point has. Just look at the guy. Come on, girl. I'm trying to find a warm place for you when you broke off from me. Come on. Grab my hand. But I like how the fact that people are like, hey, is people getting shot, especially because they do look like people, that's messed up, dude. All the RA9s.
Yeah.
I'm hot and cold at the same time.
She got a fever.
Stay with her. I'll try to find this Marcus.
The last bus is in 2 hours, and the terminal's on the other side of town. We haven't got much time.
We'll leave as soon as we have passports.
Okay, I was like, why are they here?
There's something I have to tell you. It's about Alice.
She pooped in my bed last night.
We'll have lots of time to talk on the bus. I'll be back. Stay with Alice.
It's like, I can't believe you're keeping me with the poop better. The bed wetter over here.
And there's Connor, who's also looking for Marcus. Isn't it funny how we're like literally just switching between characters? I love when they do this in games. There's Kara up there.
Go punch someone. Don't get their attention. Punch. Smack. Why don't you just treat them nicely, yo?
Yeah.
I always say please and thank you to our Google Home whenever I ask her to turn on and off the fans. I said, thank you, Google. And she says, no problem.
You're lost. You're looking for something.
Yeah, Marcus.
You're looking for yourself.
Thank you, Oracle Lady.
Slave. Da Vinci's man.
Oh, hey, that's the those are the Tracy's right there. The one with the blue hair and her girlfriend.
Oh, we saved them.
Yeah, because they're still alive. Because we didn't shoot them, unlike what Olivia wanted us to do.
Hey, shout out to us not shooting innocent people.
I just like all this tension right now. Like Madeline said, Darkest Before the Dawn sort of vibe going on here. Like, you just feel like it's all building for something. This is going to be one very long night for all three of our protagonists here. And who knows where it's going to take them. Although we are definitely trying keeping them all alive. Hey Marcus, you look stressed. You got a new leader coat.
Gang, gang.
He does like them coats.
Marcus? I'm with a little girl and another android. There's a bus leaving for the border in less than 2 hours, and we need passports.
No, Detroit's under curfew. There's soldiers everywhere. They're rounding up all the androids and sending them to camps. Maybe you should stay here a while.
Maybe you're right. You might be safer here until things calm down.
One of our people used to work in the State Department. He has electronic passports he can easily modify. I'll have him get them to you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marcus, Dad.
I like it. I think
You said you're with a little girl, right? You know that humans hate us. Why are you protecting her?
Guess she's my
I
baby.
don't care whether she's human or android. She's just someone who matters to me.
Slay.
Also, something I always love to see is when you can see, again, a character you were just playing and see them from another perspective of a different character. It's like we just went through this whole thing with Marcus, now we get to see him from the perspective of Kara. I just love when they kind of like are just switching you through like different perspectives of the same like event happening.
Alice.
So we're going to talk about this in a minute. So I'll pause so we can talk about that, but we're going to talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, let's watch this first.
You knew from the beginning. You just didn't want to see it. She wanted a mom, and you wanted someone to care for. You needed each other. What difference does it make? Do you love her any less now that you know she's one of us? Alice loves you, Kara.
Kara.
She loves you more than anything in the world. She became the little girl you wanted, and you became the mother she needed. Forgetting who you are to become what someone needs you to be. Maybe that's what it means to be alive.
Luther with the slam poetry.
Yeah. Luther's the best.
I love Luther. He's like seriously the best.
That's why I'm like, Connor's story is my favorite, but I still really like Kara's story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it has so much good emotion in it. Her characters are really good. It's just a slower story.
Kara, is there something wrong?
It's like, yes, now I know that you won't age. Okay, we're gonna pause this right here for a second.
Alice is an android.
Actually, no, we'll talk about that at the end of this chapter.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
I got some things I want to say about that, but we'll talk about that at the end of the chapter.
There's gonna we need it after this chapter. We're gonna have to talk about hella things. Girl, decide on the hairstyle.
Exactly. I prefer this one over the other one, though.
Blue blood and biocomponents. Our wounded are shutting down, and there's nothing we can do.
We just
Warren is saying we're a threat to national security, and we need to be
Because
exterminated.
we have so many now. There's too many.
Conducting raids in all the big cities, and they're taking androids to camps to destroy them.
It's a
This
disaster.
is the Holocaust.
They're slaughtering our people.
That's all our fault. None of this would have happened if we just stayed quiet.
You guys can never be pleased, can you?
I have a cool jacket, and therefore I'm correct.
The only thing we asked for was freedom. They don't even want to hear that. So now they punish us for who we are.
What's the point of being free if no one is left alive?
Facts. No regrets.
Humans enslaved us. I'll never regret standing up to that.
We shouldn't forget who our enemies are.
No ragrats.
Can't fight amongst ourselves.
He's right. All that matters now is what we do next. Marcus?
Dialogue is the only way. I will go alone. Try to talk to them one last time.
Don't do this, Marcus.
I don't care if you're going down. Apparently, we're already lovers, so.
Maybe.
You've already
I have to try.
moved.
If I don't come back, lay low as long as you can.
Like, you literally just talk to her, and all of a sudden you're like, companion, now lovers. I don't care how much your thing knocks down.
Just come back.
Lovers.
Yeah, I believe that dynamic way more than I do with North.
They need to realize how much they're hurting us.
Wimp.
Find the right words.
Edelgard.
Yeah,
He's annoying
Josh-
and she's annoying.
Josh
the only
is
guy
honest-
who's not annoying is the guy in the middle.
Yeah, that's why we couldn't kill Simon. He's like the best character of the three here.
Thoughtful.
They've been butchering each other for centuries over the color of their skin or whatever god they wanted to worship. They're not going to
Facts.
change.
Facts.
Violence is just in their genes.
Facts.
They
So
can't
stupid
stop
people.
what we've started. Since you've been here, you've given us hope. You've given me hope.
She's fine. She's just.
A deviant arrived in Jericho and he told me that he stole a truck transporting radioactive cobalt.
Killed 1,000 people.
He said that he abandoned the truck somewhere in Detroit and rigged it to explode.
Why?
I convinced him not to do it. To give me the detonator.
Dirty ball.
We can't lose this war, Marcus. If humans overcome us, our people will disappear forever.
She still wants to bomb everyone.
It'll be our only chance to survive if things go wrong.
We shouldn't become like them, North. We can gain our freedom by other means.
I hope you're right.
Also, Detroit's ground zero, but there's implications this is happening elsewhere. You know. What we do, we nuke... See? We have her as our lover, even though we've done everything that's made her upset so far. It's like the game just wants you to be with her, and that's the thing that bothers me. I had to critique something
I
about
feel
the
like we
game.
have no chemistry.
Again, yeah, I'm with Malin. I felt more chemistry with Simon.
I was like, she's very pretty. However, I think her personality is very poor. Don't kiss, don't kiss, don't kiss, don't kiss, don't kiss, don't kiss, don't. Why?
Just because I want to annoy you.
Are they done yet? No, oh my god, I'm still kissing. I like my apocalyptic games with no romance, thank you. Unless the romance is gay. Then at least it's interesting.
I really would have liked
straight romances, you've seen them all.
Well,
and 90% of the time you're like, this is
I'm
boring.
honestly of the opinion that none of the paths need a romance in them. But if we were gonna do this with Marcus, he should have had
if
two
there's
options.
any romance I'd like, it'll be between Luther and Kara, and then they can have Alice be their daughter.
Yeah, I'm down for that too. I'm just saying none of the paths need romance.
Amanda.
Well done, Connor. You succeeded in locating Jericho and finding their leader. Now deal with Marcus. We need it alive.
Also, notice how her outfit's getting more like black and cold. Again, all the more reason that she's sketchy from the very beginning.
A gun. Connor. Why do you have a gun?
In order to take you alive.
No, Connor.
But I won't hesitate to shoot if you give me no choice.
Yes, you can shoot me. But it won't change anything. Someone else will just take my place. You see, our people are waking up. And nothing can stop us now.
You're coming with me.
We are your people. We're fighting for your freedom, too. You don't have to be their slave anymore. You're Connor, aren't you? That famous deviant hunter. Well, congratulations. You seem to have found what you were looking for. You never have any doubts. You've never done something irrational, as if there's something inside you, something more than your program. Have you never wondered who you really are? Whether you're just a machine executing a program or a living being, capable of reason. I think the time has come for you to ask yourself that question. It's time to decide.
Oh yeah, we're totally becoming deviant. Also, I like that it takes a lot longer for her to break through because there's like just so many firewalls from like CyberLife. It's not like the other two had it in a very fast process.
And also, he's not like smashing it through, he's like tearing it down, you know?
They're going to attack Jericho.
What?
They're tracking you
Yep.
because you were not a deviant yet.
We have to get out of here.
Well, as a machine, he wouldn't care. That's why it didn't make a difference. Now he's like, uh-oh, I just realized something.
Because, like, what Zlatko said a long time ago, until they're deviant, they have trackers.
So all they had to do was just fall. Which is, again, unfortunate. He didn't intend for that to happen, but, you know.
He wouldn't have known that yet, you know.
Yeah. He only an android can find Jericho, and Connor unfortunately led them right to it. And that jerks back.
Rats in a maze.
You are the worst. That is not how you say your name. Okay. I hate these type of sequences. Yeah, I'm following you, Luther. Just, you go, man. I'm coming.
This way. There must be an exit further on.
Yeah, just don't slow down suddenly, because then I run into you. Yeah, do not start stuttering now, game. This is the worst possible time. Oh, crap. Here's Connor and Marcus.
Our people General is trapped in the hold. They're gonna be slaughtered.
There are exits on the second and third floor. Find them and jump in the river. They're coming from the upper deck now, too. We'll be caught in the crossfire.
We have to run, Marcus. There's nothing we can do.
Where's Simon and Josh?
I don't know. We got separated.
We have to blow up Jericho. If the ship goes down, they'll evacuate, and our people can escape.
You'll never make it. The explosives are all the way down in the hold. There are soldiers everywhere.
She's right. They know who you are. They'll do anything to get you.
Go and help the others. I'll join you later.
Marcus!
I won't be long.
Bye, loser.
I also like that North doesn't even question, like, wait, and where'd you get your friend?
So here, not mess up your quick time events.
Yeah. So we're gonna just be super focused right here. Lucy.
This is the end of Jericho. Save our people, Marcus.
Aw, Lucy. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna save him. Maybe we can at least.
Don't let it get out. They give you any trouble at all. Affirmative. Welcome.
They're not even giving you any trouble. They're running, and you're shooting them anyway. Jerks.
It's too late now. Save yourself.
No,
Save Alice.
weird. No.
Right, Kara? We can't leave him.
Oh, of course not. Of course we're helping Luther.
What are you doing?
I won't leave you.
Kara, no.
Okay, what am I gonna have to do? I know I'm gonna have to spam something. Come on. Don't move. And
Done that. You can't put Alice in danger. Go now before they come back.
What about you? What are you going to do?
I'll manage. Alice is all that matters.
I don't want to leave you, Luther.
Don't worry. I'll catch up with you at the border, okay?
honestly, if he plays dead, they probably will ignore him. Again, they're like, don't move, and then shoots anyway.
Yes, murders.
It's like, screw you guys. Okay, let's follow the crowd. Hide. Do I open it? Oh, sure. Let's open the door. We'll save her. It's one of our guys anyway. Come on.
I guess she dies anyway, but whatever.
Fighting way better with you than I did with Connor. You go, Kara.
Now I have a gun.
Yes, I'm fine. We can't stay here.
There's more down there. Follow me.
Oh gosh, my hand is racing.
I feel like it's getting in the way of your quick time prompts.
Oh, we were definitely intervening. Come on. Come on.
Marcus, you saved us. Go now! Hurry!
Gamma squad out. Tango! Stop!
They had helmets. They're fine.
It's Marcus. Go now. Join the others.
Oh, we're gonna be total action managers. I'm just kind of assuming that I'm being pointed in whatever direction I need to go. Oh, there's Josh. Obviously, we're intervening for Josh. Come, I got that one. You heard that.
I did hear that.
Quick, this way. Find north. I'll join you later.
Way out. We're safe, Alice.
No, you're not.
Get down!
No, we are not moving.
Theoretically, they're robots, so they don't really need to, like, blink.
Come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah, they just have that feature to look more human. Yeah. It's like, do I have to wait on that? Okay.
Quick, we gotta go.
We got them out. We still gotta get Connor and Marcus out, but we got them out.
It's always the faceless soldiers, you know.
Gosh, I hate those flicking ones. They just feel so inaccurate.
Bomb's gonna explode any second. We gotta get out of here.
How are you guys this far in, losers? You just trip on all of these, then die.
Yeah, that would suck at this point. Oh, come on, girl.
Leave her.
It's too late, Marcus. There's nothing we can do for her. We've got to run.
It's okay. She did do the same to you, but I'm giving her the same benefit I gave.
Hey guys, I'm literally a super robot.
Over there. Run.
Connor! He's literally a combat android. He's like murdering people.
I got that one! Are you kidding me?
I do keep hearing you flicking them.
I swear it's not picking up my things.
Run, quick, come on.
Leader jacket.
Like, do I... You hear me? I'm flicking it so hard!
That's what she said.
So I still got shot twice and I made it. Man, Connor's just a boss. He's taken so many bullets in the last few chapters. Oh my gosh. The first one was because I hit L instead of R. Sometimes in, pressure, you forget which one's left, which one's right. But we got them all out alive! Oh my gosh, I'm so happy about that. My heart is pounding. Oh my gosh. I don't know if I'm being very loud right now, but...
No, you aren't. It's okay.
Oh my gosh, that was so stressful. I was so worried I was gonna get someone killed. I nailed all of Kara's events. I'm just messing up on Connor and Marcus's events. You know. Okay, so before we go to the next chapter, first thing we gotta talk about, Alice being an android. Let's talk about this for a moment. We'll be brief, because I don't want to go into a long discussion about it. We can go about it later. But, Alice being an android. Opinion.
I think it's a cool twist.
I also like it. There's one thing, though. There's one reason why I wish that she was still human. Because that then makes it, that Kara story is the only one you have a meaningful relationship with a human.
That is true. But this one, I think is interesting because you've been expecting her to be human this whole time. So when she's not, you're like, what?
Well, again, the only reason I say this is because when this whole thing is about humans and androids coexisting, finding some way of peace, again, you can do a revolution route, but ideally, peacefully living together. And I wouldn't, again, if there was like something in Marcus's thing where he has this thing with Carl, but that's literally the first two chapters of the game, and then he had no real interaction with humans. If Marcus had, with his Freedom March, with his Jericho, if he has some human allies, if he had some, like, because there's got to be them out there. I mean, we have people like Rose. There's definitely people out there who are probably hiding their androids to keep them safe. Who probably see them as, like, partners, as
let's look at every other, like, revolution like this, like, you know, not civil rights, but like this, Civil War with slaves, and you're looking at the Holocaust with Jewish people.
Imagine, like, you know, say, like, a mother who couldn't have kids and she has an android child. She's not going to turn that in. She's going to hide that. Or say it's someone like Carl had, like, a caretaker android who he cared about, like, family members. He wouldn't turn that in. There has to be other... My point is, I wish there was more of the human perspective in Marcus's path. And that's
even in Cars, you still get Rose. And
yes, you do get Rose.
Adams, you can see
that's why I say
kind of like two ends of the perspective.
That's why I don't say I don't like the twist with Alice. I do think it's a good twist, and it is foreshadowed all over the place. Actually, from the very beginning, when you see her pictures in her music box, it shows her damaged in, like, she's been hit in the temple. It's because her father gouged out her LED. So, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But, so it's even from the early then. So it's a good twist. It's not... A bad twist is one that comes out of nowhere. This was foreshadowed all over the place. So it's not a bad twist. It's just one of those things where I'm just like... I can also see the benefits of if she was truly a human child. And then you see this bond between a human and an android again. However, as an android, I still like that because it doesn't lessen the effect of Kara and Alice's relationship, which I still think is very sweet. It's very nice. And it makes a lot of sense, even then, because then you know, like, oh, her dad got so probably he lost the daughter in the divorce, and, like, you know, he got a daughter to replace her, but didn't change any of his bad habits, so now he's just abusing a different little girl.
He's abusing a robot.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
You know?
Which isn't any better.
To get all his anger out. So, again, I like the twist, but I can also see the benefits it would have had if it wasn't there. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
It's not like a Marcus thing where I'm like, man, do I wish North was not in this sometimes. But it's like,
and then they
I
kiss
get
out
it.
of nowhere. It's like, North hates you, North hates you, North hates you. Kiss.
Let's kiss. That's the only reason I have an issue with the North Marcus romance. It's not even because it's forced, because honestly they do that in law in games. Girl, guy, you know. But it's because no matter how much you upset her, she's still somehow just, like, the game's pushing you towards your lover. If they had given you an option of getting a close romantic relationship with North, or maybe like Simon, who I think it definitely has a... Oh, hey, Perry.
Hi,
who
Perry.
Definitely also has a
or
very...
even Lucy. She's hot.
I do like... I feel bad. Lucy dies. That's sad.
No.
I mean, to be fair, we knew she wasn't making it out of there. She was already really damaged to begin with.
She was like... I thought she was attached to the ship.
She clearly couldn't leave. She's old. She's very damaged. She has her whole prophecy thingy she's doing.
Hi, Mom.
Hey. So... and then, like, they have her whole, like... You know, if they gave Marcus another option, essentially, if there was either another girl, like two girls, they gave her girl or a guy option. Again, I like that, like Mallory pointed out, I love the dynamic with Simon. I definitely could see that as an option. Because he's like the peacemaker, caretaker, android and stuff. And so, like, that's my thing. Okay, so let's speak also about this chapter itself. Oh my gosh, all those QuickTime events, I'm like flicking the heck out of my controller here. And it's like, no, you didn't get it.
Miss Lady?
you missed it. I'm like, and now Connor's gotten shot in the chest. What the heck?
3 times.
Every other time I miss the thing, it's like, oh no, you got thrown into a wall. Every time I miss the flicking thing, he gets shot. Why? It's just... My mom's laughing at me off the camera because I'm being expressive for like the first time in a week.
I'm letting it ride it out. Ride it out, girl. Tell us how you feel. It's fine.
No, I'm just like, I miss
There's a bed over in the corner.
With Marcus or Kara, and it's just like, oh, you got thrown into a wall. I miss a singular prompt with Connor. He gets shot. Like, what the heck? That's why I'm so much more nervous about missing his QuickTime events. His is also his and then also that one car part with Kara. But his are the only ones that I seem to miss the prompts on. I'm like, I don't want you to die, man. You're my favorite.
I loved how they, gameplay-wise, I loved the changed perspective of, like, especially in the Connor Marcus scene where you're just switching in the same room, choosing both sides of the conversation. So you could choose something and you're like, well, I wanted to do this. And you'd be like, oh, but with this way that Connor is now, I thought he would do this, but I forgot that he's not a deviant yet, and blah, blah, blah. Like, I like doing that because I like seeing both sides.
I do also like the fact, so obviously we go deviant with Connor, because it's clear he's leaning that way. But I like the fact of the matter, like, even though he's been acting very human this whole time, he's getting more perceptive. Even when he's fully a machine, he's much more aware than most androids are. He's like pretty much almost over the threshold between android and machine anyway, just because the way he's programmed. But like, you get to know Hank more, you're picking up some of his habits, you're coming into more of your own emotions, you're learning things like, satisfaction and fear and other things like that. But he's still technically falling under a machine because his programming is still restricting what he can and can't do. And, so I like the fact that, like, it takes this long for him to fully move over that, unlike, Kara or Marcus, where it was an instant split-second decision that they learn the ramifications of it later. Like, Kara was already sitting on that boundary where they end up after deviating, so it's almost like in order to deviate, he has to push the barrier even further. And even then, he has so much capabilities that it's like, he has to actually, like, go up to the wall and then start pulling it apart. Because I imagine, they know the deviancy is a problem, I imagine they put, like, layers and layers of firewalls on their deviant hunter. And then, even then, he just has to, like, dismantle it, as opposed to, like, Kara just pushes through the wall, Marcus punches down the wall, and then Kara, methodically just pulls it apart. But there's, like, multiple areas he has to attack, as opposed to the others that are just like, hey, hit it, and it's down, and he's just like... And then they're like, I like the fact that he's like, uh-oh, we're about to be attacked. Mm-hmm. I didn't realize that before.
Because another thing, I think they do well with foreshadowing, because I also foreshadowed that. Go up. Puppy on the bed.
Puppy on the bed.
Come here, Ween. You see him? Puppy on the bed. My baby. With Zlatko talking about, in Kara's thing, he's got to take out her tracker. Psych, there's no trackers in Deviant. Connor is not deviant, and like you said the whole game, you forget that because he's so human-like.
But that's actually that's why I've seen people do like rewrite stories where Connor deviates earlier, which some people argue you could have even said that he like silently deviates when you choose not to shoot Chloe, because that's the first time he's almost like explicitly going against his mission. But that's the important thing. It's still it's still arguably a logical choice. Baby. And, like, it makes also this whole thing happen is, again, he's acting very similar to how Deviant is at this point, but he's not yet, and that's what, honestly, kind of screws the androids in here, because he's still able to be tracked. Which leads them right to where Jericho is. And, yeah. Jerk Perkins guy who goes and shoots everyone down. Also, I like the fact that there's all these options of everyone jumps with you. Like, thankfully... I was afraid they were gonna give another case scenario for like to rescue Simon or something, because like, please, I had to save him once. I don't want to miss on saving him again. And I missed one of the prompts with Josh, but thankfully that only got me thrown into a wall. No, I missed two prompts with Connor, and I get shot twice. I missed one prompt with Marcus, and he just gets thrown into a wall. But no, so let's just say, I also am glad, again, so that's why I think it's like a confirmed, I don't know if they say it anywhere, I think you can see it in like the case files, like if you go in the character files, but like, I like how you can see it in practice, Connor's more durable than the usual android, because he can take a couple of bullets and keep going.
He's also like, I think you mentioned, he's a combat android, and also like, whatever, because he goes into like, these high stakes, situations.
Well, that's actually that's why, again, they say he's the most advanced prototype,
because the fact that he's essentially combining the best of every android they have. Like, we already know they have combat androids, they have caretaker androids, they have mechanics, they have everything. He essentially has all of that in a singular package. All that knowledge, all that data, all those capabilities. So, you know, something that has, which is why I think is what makes him so dangerous that he stays a machine, is that he has all these social abilities, all these social skills, all these emotional manipulation ability. You know, he can, like, mimic any voice, he could definitely fool a human, he could hack into anything, but he also has all the combat abilities like the combat android. So it's like most fights he wins without drawing a gun because he doesn't have one. Androids aren't allowed to carry weapons, and so most of the fights that he's in is hand to hand, and he wins readily almost every time as long as you're getting the quick time events. You know, he's winning readily every time, hand to hand, against other androids, mind you, who are again stronger than the average human. So it's like that's what makes him like almost kind of scary, like, yeah, we're turning this thing into a deviant, because otherwise this is kind of terrifying what happens otherwise. It's, you know, kind of like, because he's the prototype model. Imagine CyberLife mass-produced that. We're going into Terminator territory then. You know, like, that's definitely the kind of thing that they will lose control of, and it will try and kill them.
Mm-hmm.
If they remove, because the thing about it is that, like, right now, you know, Karn has the friendlier image, because right now it's a PR move. They're going and saying, hey, we have the situation under control. I think there's an ending where if you survive, they move on to the next generation of this project, and they remove all of those friendlier features.
Womp.
And that's when you're like, okay, well, this thing's definitely gonna kill all of you. Definitely. So, yeah, we got through the soldiers. I guess the other alternate is Connor dies.
Slave.
Which is, you can do here, but that's not the end of his story. Connor's is the only story that if you get him killed, it's not the end of his story. He'll just reboot up in another body and keep going.
Forever.
Yeah, I think you can kill him like a total of 10 times throughout the story if you want. Choose. I could have left North behind, but again, we're going for the best ending where we save all the characters. I could have definitely left her behind.
I think we should have left her behind.
We should have left her behind, but we didn't, because we're saving all the characters. But I also like the fact that, like, and that's the other thing you can see as they're running away, is that even though all these androids are woken up, they're learning new skills and stuff like that, none of them are combat androids, so they don't even have a means to defend themselves. Like, we see them doing it, even with, like, North and Simon and Josh, who've been around for a while, they've been by Marcus's side this whole time, they don't know how to fight. Like, Josh is barely shrugging off a human soldier who he is stronger than, but he has no knowledge of how to fight.
Yeah.
And even the same with North, and then, like, Marcus can learn, because, again, he's one of the arcade models, he can pick up skills really fast, and so he's able to do it, but even then you can see when he's doing it there, his marksmanship isn't perfect. And, like, he gets pressed up against a wall a lot. And then Connor comes into it, and he's immediately knocking people down. No, because he doesn't miss a shot, and he can immediately take it down. And I like how everyone's just like, oh, where'd your friend come from? I like the fact that they're running out of this place where, like, if I was North, I'd be like, I know that you were in that tower alone, and there was only one staircase.
And you two were probably smooching.
No.
That's the smooch tower.
Like, there's so much panic, North doesn't even question the fact that, like, there's only one staircase up to that tower, and I know I left you alone, and you're coming back down with someone. But she doesn't even question. She doesn't even like, okay, who the heck is this guy? She's just like, oh no, the place is on fire, run. And Connor's just like, all right, I'm with you guys now, let's go. And then I just like the fact that now he's going deviant. He's like, okay, now we can use all those abilities CyberLife gave us for a good purpose here. Or he's been good this whole time, but a productive to the deviant's cause purpose, where he's just like, okay, you know. Because, again, Connor's not allowed to have a gun, so now he's like, well, I don't have the restriction anymore, let's take people out, you know? I take 2 shots to the chest to keep going. Because, again, unless you shoot them somewhere vital, this is even, like, shown in, like, one of the worst endings where, like, you know, there's a later ending you can get where, like, Connor does officially die. Like, you can get him deviant, and then he'll actually die. He still takes, like, 6 bullets to the chest and keeps going. Like, he's stubborn. And all else fails.
That's crazy.
He just, like, keeps on going. So we're going to do this next one, because this is kind of an intermission sort of thing, and we'll debate on what we're going to do after that. Oh, we're going back to Carl's place.
My man Carl.
Because Marcus just went through some very traumatic stuff right here.
Alarm deactivated.
Because Carl never removed him from the system, so it still recognizes Marcus. Man, isn't this just coming like full circle deja vu right now? Mm-hmm. Now we're gonna do what we did before, like check messages and stuff.
Hi, Dad. I'm getting out of the hospital tomorrow. They told me that you stayed with me while I was asleep. I'm really sorry about everything that happened. I'm gonna stop all that shit. It messes me up. It turns me into somebody I hate. Hey, I'd like to come by and see you tomorrow, if that's all right with you. I just want to let you know, I'm proud to be your son.
See, even the Mr. Revolutions, there's some. I like that that almost gives us a signal like even the worst relationships, there's always a chance for at least a forgiveness, a peace.
Mhm.
Even if it's not a repair of the relationship, there's a chance for peace. You know?
Exactly.
And I like the fact we didn't even kill Leo. We gave him a concussion.
Yeah,
But we
he's
didn't
actually
kill him.
totally fine.
Also, again, we're in 2038. The medicine definitely advanced enough to be able to be like, oh hey, concussion, yeah, we got that.
You've just
again,
concussed.
they said in one
Y'all
of
ever been bonked on the nog before?
well they
He's
said
fine.
it they said in one of we're just gonna take a look around. They said
my shoulder is
look,
really
they still
messed up.
He still has our painting. Just gonna look around a little bit. So
Can you push really hard right here on my shoulder? Right here where I'm poking. Right, exactly where I'm poking. Ah! Okay. Ah! Okay, no, I'm fine. Never mind. I just need to know if it was stiff because then I need to go get it needled. Now I know.
What do you think that is, Belen?
Someone getting beheaded? Or the boobs? Eyeball.
He's in his blue period, I see.
Hand. I'm about to fart.
Like now?
Yeah. Giraffe boobs.
It's like the random giraffe. But,
rich people always have a giraffe. If you had to taxidermy one animal for your house, what would you get?
I don't know, maybe like a snake in a cool pose.
Or fish.
Or fish?
Yes. I'd want an oarfish from Animal
Alright.
Crossing.
If I had to get fish, I'd probably go for something like, one of those, lionfish or something.
Who are you?
Boo.
How did you get in?
I'm your
need
dad.
to see Carl. Carl isn't seeing anyone. You need to leave.
Please. I need to see him.
He's my dad.
He's very weak. I'm not sure he'll be able to talk to you.
But he's still alive, at least.
Marcus, I was hoping you'd come.
I missed you so much, Carl. You don't know how much I've missed you.
What's wrong, Marcus?
I'm completely lost, Carl. The whole world's falling apart around me. I try to do the right thing. I look for answers. Instead, I just find more doubts and more uncertainty.
World is ruled by fear, Marcus. Fear of others. Fear of the future. It's like me, too old. It's time for a dam.
Well, what should I do? Carl, they're killing my people. I don't want to answer violence with violence, but tell me, what choice do they give?
Being alive is making choices between love and hate, between holding out your hand or closing it as a fist. I don't have any easy answers, Marcus. You have to accept the world as it is. Or fight to change it. You're my son, Marcus. Our blood isn't the same color. But I know part of me is in you. When the world falls into darkness, some men have the courage to lead it out. You're one of those men. Face the abyss. But don't let it consume you.
Illustration on his nails.
I know.
Amazing.
And that is why Carl is the best character in the game.
Homie slays. On his deathbed, he's like, anyways, let me give you
Carl's the
insane
best.
advice.
Love Carl. Also, the symbolism of hiding in an old church.
And this is so season 4 of any show. It's
Yeah.
got a season 3 huge arc where they fight, and season 4 is the depression arc.
And finding a way to stand up again. Man, and this is also, I want to say, I don't care for North or Joss. I still love Simon. I'm not Simon. I still love Marcus as the main character, though. Like, I like him as protagonist. He has a very believable struggle.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you do? At least when you go the pacifist route. I don't know how bad the revolution route, but when you do the pacifist route, he is facing a very tough choice. Here is like, people are asking for one thing and the other. He sees suffering, but it's like, he wants to stay strong, but at the same time...
Well, let's pause, because it is CP time.
It is CP time?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Let me check something. Yeah, yeah. We just have to finish up, we're finishing up, so we have to just talk to people, and that'll be the end of this chapter.
Oh, I thought now was a good place to end it, because,
I could put the thing into standby, but...
Yeah.
You want me to put this thing into standby?
Yeah.
I can do that.
Then we can come back into talk and kind of give... I think that will help give us like a good update.
Yeah, because for this one,
Tuesday.
after this, every character will have essentially their final chapter.
And next week will be the next 2 weeks. The next 2 streams. And we won't stream for probably about 2 weeks. Because we'll be on.
So we'll definitely finish the game before
We will be working. Summer camp. So you'll just be too busy to stream. Sorry. Womp. Evening hours.
Yeah.
Rip. So,
But, yeah. So, we're reaching a fever pitch here. I didn't even notice what time it was. I'm so into this part of the game.
I know you don't notice, but I noticed because I have to get up in 7 hours.
No, I meant
for
just
work.
because this is, like, the most intense part of the game.
I agree. But I, could barely slog myself out of bed this morning, and I still have to get up freaking work tomorrow.
So, I'll just take this as my dad says when we have an excruciatingly long send-off, but usually that's because I have thoughts. So, biggest thing, we'll be back here on Tuesday, obviously.
Well, our send-off isn't really a send-off. Our send-off is my bye-bye. This is our closing words.
Closing words. I like that. Closing argument. So, we finish up, I thought I forgot how fast it picks up in the end there. Because we go from, like, being like, okay, all of them are kind of in a peaceful position, then we're just like, and now we're doing a march, and now we're being chased by police, now we're being shot at. Now we're beating people up. Oh, gosh. I feel bad for how many times I got Connor shot in this, but he's still kicking, so, man's taking like a champ. Also, let's consider this for a moment. So, we got Connor shot in the police department. Did he just go for repairs and then go to find Jericho? Like,
I feel like he just raw dogged it.
I mean, to be fair, it is confirmed. I don't know if all androids have it. I assume all androids have it. I know he has a self-healing system, so essentially anything that's not... isn't permanent damage or it doesn't damage like a crucial part will heal over time. So he can also just heal over time. It self-repairs if it's not something that needs to be replaced. But so we went through March with Marcus and we did not a lot with Kara because there's not a lot to do with her at this point. you know, we're gonna have her final leap here because at this point it's mostly Marcus's show and Connor who's following him, essentially. But like Kara doesn't have a lot to do with this one because she's just the biggest reveal of her is Alice is an android, which again, I think is a fine twist. I can see both sides. I can see her being human has a lot of meaning, but I also see there's a lot of meaning to her being an android because it's I appreciate a twist that's well foreshadowed at least. So we did that. Somehow I'm just fighting for my life to keep Connor alive because I keep messing up his quick time events because my controller's not registering my things. Mallory said herself. I was flicking the heck out of the thing, and I'm like, how does that? I'm surprised I got the like down and circular one on the shield for North because, you know, I missed all the random other flick ones, but that one somehow I got. I don't know. But anyway, so we got to Jericho. Jericho is it had my heart racing, but it's such a fun level anyway. You feel so much, you feel the tension building.
It's like you're watching the like pre-season finale, you know?
Yeah. It's like episode 7 of Hazbin Hotel. You know we're building to something big here. And you just feel the tension rising. But, because we just watched Hazbin Hotel recently, but like Mallory said, you feel the tension, you feel it's getting dark, it's the middle of the night, symbolically, you know that's important. You know, like, it's so much energy because you feel the tension building. You know something big's going down because all 3 of our protagonists are now in the same location. They are literally dancing around each other or even directly interacting with each other. Then all of a sudden, you're like, oh my gosh, I have to get everyone out. Literally every character I care about, well, except for Hank, every character I care about is in this ship and I need to get them out alive. So thankfully, saving Luther wasn't as hard as I was worried it was going to be. It was just one button mashing thing, but then like I managed to nail all of Kara's QuickTime events. We got her out and Alice out, no problem at all. The problem was, like, I missed a couple of Marcus's, but we still managed to save everyone. And then I missed a couple of Connors that were way more punishing than I thought they were going to be. Because he can die here, and I didn't want that to happen. So, like, you know, thankfully we got him out okay. Everyone survived, though. We got all our buddies out, and so now we're in the church, and gosh, I love that scene with Carl. It's just, man, this is...
That's my man.
Well, I like the fact that he like he says, I don't have all the answers. I can only give you my opinions, but that's the point of being alive. You won't know all the answers. You just have to take what you think is the best option and go forward. Like, that's why even if you're doing a revolution path, Carl's words would still make sense, where he's like, I don't know. I don't have the answers, but I think that you are bringing about change, and that change is important. So, gosh, Carl's still best character in the game. Well, best human, at least. So we're gonna sign off for now. I got so much to say about this game. I could go for another hour talking about this because now we're in the real thick of it, and I'm just like,
you are free to go for as many hours as you want. I am gonna go to bed.
Yeah.
I do have to
No,
take care of 12 5-year-olds tomorrow. So
yeah.
Actually, that's a lie. I have to take care of 25-year-olds tomorrow because we're doing our combo class.
Oh, fun. So I don't want to keep it too long, but we have Perry on the bed. I just realized that. I don't know why I just realized this now, but no, we'll talk about more next week. I don't know if because again, we have the 3 final chapters for each character. Again, as usual, I'm only really worried about Connor's because I seem to somehow always mess up. I missed 2 of his.
All of them have a good amount of messing. I think honestly, Marcus has almost the least amount of potential mess ups.
I just feel like you missed.
Connor has a ton because you're getting into like a lot of quick timey things.
The thing is that like I missed one of his QuickTime events, and next thing you know, I'm getting shot. And I'm just like.
Kara has a lot more like kind of has been in the game. She's got a lot more conversational.
She's stealth based, really, because she doesn't have any combat ability, which makes sense. Connor and Marcus can both fight as prototypes. She doesn't have that capability.
Marcus is a lot of big scenes and then
cinematic set pieces.
Exactly, like that's this. Well, that's kind of how the game started. The game started with Connor in a high stress scenario, like kind of events. Marcus in a cinematic scenario, and Kara was in
the emotional mother story.
Yeah, an emotional mother story. We're kind of learning control, so it's gonna end full circle with Marcus in big cinematic things, Connor in kind of some high stress.
Gosh, I want to get him to the end.
Kara in a lot of emotional things.
We're getting him to the end one way or the other.
Yes, anyways, after our closing thoughts, now, Dad, if you're watching, which you're not, but you should be, Dad, we will now do our sign off. Because when I go, Evie goes something, 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 and I go,
no, so we'll see you next Tuesday for potentially the finale of this game. Thanks for tuning in. Always good to hang out with you guys.
See ya Tuesday.
Good night.
Bye-bye.